This is Blue. Blue came in, went to the emergency clinic this morning about 6 a.m. And Blue was the victim of eating pieces of a coffee cup. When a coffee cup breaks on the floor, the first thing every dog wants to do is eat the ceramic pieces, right? No, but Blue did. Let me tell you about these. Blue vomited these up. Look at that sharp little piece there. That's pretty sharp, so we always worry about pieces. These aren't so bad, but this one is like a little knife. We always worry about those pieces injuring the stomach, intestines, or esophagus. So we're going to check out the x-rays, and you'll see that the piece in the stomach is a little bit more rounded and not as sharp as these, and we're hoping giving Blue something to make him vomit will bring that piece up. So let's see what happens. So here's the x-rays of Blue's stomach, and there's the piece in question, pretty big piece, and there's the fundus of the stomach, and that little section there is the pylorus, and the piece seems to be in the pylorus, the smaller section. You can see it down towards the bottom there. You can easily see the wall of the stomach right there. So we're going to give Blue some apomorphine, which is a shot right in the vein, and then we're going to see if Blue will vomit that piece out. So the shot works quickly, and then dogs start to start that rocking motions dogs always get when they want to puke. That's nice. That's not nice. That's really a flimsy puke. Oh yeah, come on. Oh yeah, give us the pukorama. Give us that piece, come on. As you can see, we're looking through the vomit and we don't see any pieces of coffee cup. Darn it. So here you are, we're to see where that piece of the coffee cup is. There's no clinical signs, pooping, peeing, eating, but the mystery will unfold in moments. And there the pieces are still. Looks like it's broken up into two now. There's one and there's the other one. So because that foreign body has been in there in the stomach for 2 days, and we thought it might be a sharp piece of a coffee cup, thought we better go in and get rid of it. My partner, Dr. Dennis Harrigan, is an excellent surgeon. He's going to go right into the abdomen through an incision up near the sternum by the ribs, and he's going to cut down and get right into the stomach area, get right into the abdomen, and he's going to grab the stomach out and see if he can feel where the foreign bodies are. And so he's grabbed the stomach and he can feel that big foreign body we saw in the x-ray right there. So he's going to make a cut right where he shows you, and he's going to first pack off the stomach with gauze and moisten it, and then put clamps on that area. Unfortunately, I got called away for a surgery and I couldn't film what he found out, and that's what he got. He got a rock. It wasn't a piece of coffee cup, but it was a large rock right in the stomach, and sure enough, that probably would have lodged in the intestines somewhere and caused a problem. So I'm glad he got that out of there. And then what he does is, you can see how the stomach's clamped off with a doyen. It doesn't really clamp the stomach off too tightly, but just enough to keep the stuff from spilling over the wound and infecting it. And he's putting in a continuous and suture pattern to tie off the stomach, along with an interrupted, and flushing the area so it doesn't get infected, and that should keep the area from nice and clean. And so he went ahead and checked the rest of the intestine. He didn't feel any pieces in there. So Blue wasn't really showing any signs, but in this case, and with the owner's consent, we decided to go in there preventatively because we were just afraid that that piece would get lodged somewhere. It hadn't moved in 2 days, and it was big enough, and we thought maybe sharp enough to cause problems. To our surprise, he ate the pieces of a coffee cup and he vomited the coffee cup. But the actual thing we got out of the stomach was more like a rock. But that's a veterinarian's life. We can't always be 100% sure what we're going to find when we go in, and that's what I thought was interesting about this, is you never know. We tried to make him vomit it up and save the owner some time and money and save Blue the surgical procedure, but I'm glad we went in there and got that rock so Blue doesn't have to go through any complications of having a foreign body in his stomach and it getting lodged in the intestine. And if that happens, if they eat something and it gets lodged, they will be sick. They'll vomit on and off for several days, and they won't want to eat. So if your dog vomits 1 or 2 times and seems happy and healthy, that's okay. You can even use a Pepsid to ease the indigestion. It's 1 Pepsid a day for a large dog and half of a Pepsid for a medium and 1/4 to half for a small dog. But if they're acting real sick and vomiting a lot, you should take them in because it can be an infection, parvo disease for very young puppies, or they could eat, gosh, foil, string, plastic, anything, and it makes them vomit. Well, anyway, check out Dog Dish Diet. I have 2 books on feeding dogs a better diet, and I just wrote a new book called Dog Diet Answer Book, and it'll be out soon. Have a great day.